I get asked all the time, what is my secret? My secret is having faith in what I'm doing and loving what I'm doing because I'm being provided that opportunity. And I just wouldn't want to be anywhere else right now.
Absolutely.
I grew up on a farm in Indiana. And God is with you all the time. You sow your seeds and God pours rain down and I mean, that was just part of our life. I don't know if we talked that much about it, but everybody sensed that God was part of your life.
I was born in church. I think I was. The first thing I ever remember was I was in church.
Church was just a part of life because when we lived in Ocean View, we lived right next door to the church, and anytime the church there was something going on, I was there usually. And of course my mother sang in the choir, and my dad was often late. He would, church would be going on, you know, they would have started, maybe they were singing the first hymn, and here he would come in the back door, and everybody would look up and say, oh, here he comes.
I've always had a lot of faith in my whole life. I've always gone to Sunday school, a church, and always believed in the Lord. I don't think that I depended on the Lord like I have in my later life, and especially as I've gotten older, more so since I lost my husband.
It was tragedy to me when I was abandoned with 4 kids, and the oldest was 11, and I was left to fend for myself. And I was in Jersey with very few things at my fingertips.
Our second son was injured with forceps when he was born. And there's 4 bones in your head, and the 2 bones locked. Something that could have been terrible is the best thing that ever happened to us. Dan was the second one, so the other 2 were always used to having him with us. And our daughter, you could never ask for a better daughter. And I was so proud of my youngest son. They were playing out in the yard with some neighbor children one year, and I happened to be in the bedroom with the windows open, and I heard my son say, "We do not tease Dan." Oh, that really filled my heart with pleasure because it's hard to express, but
You're doing a wonderful job.
it's been a wonderful life.
And you know, I've had a lot of crisis in my life. Sickness, lost my parents, my husband, my grandson. And, you know, we sometimes just say, Lord, why? Why? And I think if anybody is truly honest, they're going to question. And I guess that's a weakness we have. I know God knows best, and I do trust Him.
You know, when I think back, maybe I've thrown away the bad things. I don't know, but I just think I was very lucky. I had great parents, and the church was part of my life, and I had good friends, so it was very good, you know. I was lucky.
I think until you find the power of the Lord, you do not know what real power is. The power of the Lord is moving around, and sometimes comes back and hits you in the shoulder and said, come this way.
Stay positive and believe in it. It'll happen.
But don't ever stop doing your passion. Have a passion, and you'll love every day of it. And it's well known that if you're doing what you like to do, you never work a day. And that's my position. That's my position.
You know, I'm a blessed lady. I am. I'm a blessed lady at my age to be able to stay here and take care of myself, take care of my home. I can drive, I can see fairly good, and I hope I'm mentally all right.
I think kindness, you know, I never thought about how it was important to be kind or friendly to other people, and I know how it feels to me, and of course I try to pass that on.
John said, Grandpa, did you ever work? I thought, yeah, I worked one night. He said, you never worked since I know. You always to my ball games and always to school and everything that I do. And I got thinking about it, and he was born a year before I retired, or 2 years before I retired. So he doesn't remember me ever working or had a business. He enjoyed the money, but but he doesn't remember me ever working.
After the fall, Adam and Eve, you know, and Adam came home late a couple nights in a row, and Eve suspected he was out with another woman, and she confronted Adam and said, you've been out with another woman. And Adam said, with whom? But just to be on the safe side, after Adam was asleep, Eve counted his ribs.
Very good.
I hadn't heard that one. I hadn't heard that one.
I think that's good.
I got a smile out of her.
Yes, yes.
She's heard some idioms so many times I don't even get a grin.